Ravi Rajagopal, Chairman, Board of Directors at Fortis, and Bhavdeep Singh, CEO at Fortis Healthcare, are addressing the conference call.
Taken a lot of time. In a way, regrettably, it's taken more time than we would have liked, but it's been the nature of the unknown where it was difficult to assess what exactly were the consequences and where to sort of draw the line. Now, we were fully intending to release the audited financials on Monday, but what we have had to do is, as a result of conversations with the auditors, we've had to, or rather the board has had to take a much more involved effort in really understanding the controls and process framework within the company, and make sure and directly certify to the auditors that apart from the promoter override issues that were the substance of the Luthra investigation report, the board was otherwise reasonably assured that control systems everywhere was working very well. Now, you can understand this process would take a matter of not weeks, but some days, and which is why we decided that in the best interests of everyone, including our investors, it was prudent to release a set of unaudited results, which we did early this morning. But having said that, as we have declared in our results, we have clearly said that this is also to facilitate the bidding process, which I'll touch upon in a moment, as also the fact that we don't expect any material change in the final set of numbers. Now, we have said that with some degree of confidence, having seen the extent of audit that's been completed, which has been near complete, I would say, but for this assurance the directors are seeking personally around the robustness of controls. And we have taken an abundant cautionary view here in reflecting pretty much all the issues that have come out of the investigation, and which is why you would see a fairly large number below the line. So that's one part of it. Now, the other related part is that we do realize that what has happened in the last 4 or 5 months of various events in the company, there's a clear need to restore the morale within the organization. There's a need to rebuild the reputation of the company as a company that seemed to be transparent and having very rigorous systems and governance standards with other leading companies. And this is an effort that we will be spending a lot of our time on as a board, along with the management. A couple of the steps we've outlined in our disclosures this morning include, but is not limited to, carrying out a further inquiry, which will be done by Luthras, in terms of just establishing or clarifying employee involvement. That's number one. Number two, we are in the process of appointing an external firm to once again do a thorough review of the control framework within the organization and prove to us that these are systemically strong. But of course, where there are gaps, we will strengthen it. We're also getting in an IT person to make sure, again, the possibility of management overrides on the single instance kind of ERP the company has are indeed not there. And we're also doing, with the help of Luthras again, a further review of all group company issues to make sure there are no related party overhangs, and making sure that all transactions are arm's length. And if there are related party remnants still there, then we would have that much more of a rigorous review of that and come to the right sort of conclusion. So the point here is to say that the focus of this new board has not stopped with the result of the release of the unaudited results this week or the audited very, very soon. But this is something I can see that for the next 4 to 6 months is what a lot of our efforts are going to be engaged in. So that's around our focus and our objective to get the governance standards back to where it should have been. The second thing is, on the question of the audited results itself, what I can say is that it should be out fairly soon. I wish I could commit a date. We do have a date which we're working towards, but I can tell you it's not in the nature of weeks, but it is going to be fairly soon. And I'm hoping we'll have more clarity on it in the coming days. Again, as I've said earlier, the audit is substantially over, barring for this piece of work that needs to be done. And hopefully the numbers are not going to show any material change when they ultimately come out. The second area is around the bidding process. Now, you're all aware what the timetable is. Clearly, as per the original timetable, the audited results was to have been out Monday, which was the 25th. Today is the 28th. 28th? Okay, sorry. 27th. And therefore, given that slippage of a few days, we will have to factor that in and hopefully readjust our timelines. So we're again talking of the bidding timelines being relatively on track, barring for this a few days delay that we've just had.
All right, that's Ravi Rajagopal of Fortis Healthcare talking about how the earnings have been disappointing this quarter, but what the road ahead is. I think that's going to be important from a market standpoint.